Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Beware marrying modern women today because modern women do not know what they want. Let's get it.
If a woman not knowing who she is a major issue, red flag for you. Why are you choosing to be with that person?
So we're buying into the woman that is being presented to us. And then once we're married for X amount of time or together for X amount of time, and now she's realizing that certain things that she's desiring are just temporary desires and it's not what she really wants for her.
True.
We are already committed and invested.
At the stature, at the level that you're describing that a woman should be at, knows who he is, knows what he wants, knows what he, just decisive, it's not going to change, it's not going to waver. What are the odds of a man like that attracting, being with, entertaining, and marrying a woman who doesn't know herself? He's never pinpointed that she wavers. He's never observed. So what does that say about him?
Good question.
And his vetting abilities and his process.
And this is what I say, right? First of all, nobody's off the hook for getting the wrong partner. You are just as much to blame.
Okay.
Right?
I agree with that.
But what I will say is it is also a two-way street. And I will say that I do know that there are people, and I'm a man who's dated many women in my life, who can do whatever they need to do to get wherever they want to be. So if she wants to be married, she will cook and clean every goddamn day till she gets married. Once she gets married and that cooking stops, and now I'm less affectionate to her, now I'm less texting her, you smell so good, I'm thinking about last night because I haven't eaten in 3 days. I was ordering Chinese food in Papa John's. Right? So now look, when you get to certain places, and this is not just a woman thing, when people get to a certain destination, they tend to get comfortable. And that's the real issue.
All right, guys. So you guys heard the conversation for yourself. I thought this was a really important conversation. This is good coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Real quick, at the heart of this conversation, the question that the woman asked is very important and actually pretty simple. She says, a man who is decisive, a man who is successful, a man who women claim that they want, seem to always blame men, I'm assuming that's how this conversation started, for switching up in the relationship, in the marriage, and misrepresenting herself. And she asked a good question there. She said, what are the chances that a man who is intelligent, right? I'll say exactly what she said here. She says, what are the odds of a man who knows who he is, knows what he wants out of life, is decisive, who will not waver? She asked, what are the chances of that man, a man like that, entertaining a woman who's misrepresenting herself, marrying a woman who doesn't know herself? What are the chances of that, right? He's never pinpointed that she wavers. He's never pinpointed that she's unaware of who she truly is. And I think the conversation has to start here. What are the dangers of marrying a woman, a modern woman today, to you guys out there who are open to marriage still? What are the dangers of marrying a woman today who doesn't know herself? And so to answer that question, I'd like to start out with what the male host said there. He says, first, a man buys into the person who she is representing to him, right? And who is that? Well, it's the woman who wants the marriage, who wants the ring and wants successful partnership with her man, right? You hear this all the time. But when you actually marry this woman, you find out what? She wanted the ring and wanted the marriage, but didn't necessarily want to be a wife. Red flag. And then you realize that she didn't want a partnership either. Why? Because she doesn't take equal responsibility when it comes to situations, right? Finances, it's mostly your fault. As the man, right? I thought you were going to provide and be the man. That's your job. Wait, I thought you wanted a partnership. No. She doesn't know herself. She's switching up. And now she's putting her emotional needs also on that man. And as the marriage progresses with that man, she realizes she's not cut out to be a wife. And so that's what led to the woman asking, well, what are the chances of an intelligent, successful man who is otherwise successful outside of his romance life, even in relationships? What are the chances of that man not seeing the red flags? That a woman's not ready for marriage, that she's misrepresenting herself? Well, the chances are pretty high. The chances are pretty high. Because she asked, what does that say about a man who can't see those red flags? That says that he lacks an understanding of modern women. He lacks the understanding of female nature. He lacks the understanding of the type of society that we live in. A female-focused society. A society that incentivizes women to break up families and divorce. Listen, every day a new man comes to the understanding of the harsh truth about relationships, dating, intersexual dynamics in our modern day. That marriage is pretty much the worst thing a man could put himself through today. And when I say that, the worst thing being oblivious to understanding modern women and the current dating market. Most men don't know what they're up against. Most men take most women for face value, that she truly is ready to be a wife. Most men don't have the conversation of, wait, so you want a partnership? What does that look like? If it's really a partnership, that means that you're going to be paying 50-50, right? The bills, the dates, and everything. And if they're not having those conversations, they're going in there assuming that they're entering a partnership where a woman's going to be understanding. If he's not paying for the majority of the bills, if he falls on financial hard times, it's not going to stress her and lead her to initiate divorce. They're not having those conversations. They are naive. And yes, it is possible for a man to be successful in life, to be otherwise intelligent, but also be completely oblivious to the current dating market, the dangers of marriage, the mindset of the modern woman, right? Female empowerment. This information transcends economic status. This information transcends religion or everything you can imagine. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Every man on this planet is prone to believe that lie when you're in love and you let your emotions get the best of you, because you're sold that lie of get married as fast as possible. Don't worry, love is going to get you through it. Don't have the important conversations. They don't matter. Love is going to get you through. As long as you do the right thing, everything's going to work out. But that's just simply not the truth. Most men fall for that lie. Doesn't matter how intelligent he is. Most men don't know the information that's even talked about in male spaces such as this. As always, guys, we're going to check out some of these comments. Let's see what the people have to say. So first comment here reads, sounds like he can manipulate her because the woman isn't aware of herself. You see, this sounds like it makes sense, but it's not true. The worst thing about a woman not knowing herself isn't that you can manipulate her. The worst thing about a woman not knowing herself who says that she's ready for marriage and traditional, relationship, family, is that she ends up marrying you. You sign those papers and give your rights to a gynocentric society. And in the middle of that relationship, marriage, whatever it is, she says, you know what? I changed my mind. This is not what I want. This is not what I thought it would be. It's not like I saw it on TV. Listen, I thought we were drinking tea, not coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
We've got another comment here from a woman, and it reads, yet they will turn around and say you should have chosen better. When a woman ends up with a bad man, but it's excuses when a man is tricked. We've got somebody else to respond to that comment and said, he said both ways, which it is. He said, no one is off the hook for getting the wrong partner. Sounds fair to me. Yeah, I agree with this guy's response. The solution is the same for every gender that chooses the wrong partner. Either you were naive or you were willfully ignorant, right? Those are the two. Women are just as lied to as men are, right? They're told that you can have it all and they end up finding out that they can't. So they are lied to. And men are told that, hey, it's all going to work out. Where if you choose the wrong woman, it's not. But I do want to say this. When confronted with the truth, in most cases, men are much more receptive to the truth than women. If you tell a man, listen, bro, you're a simp, right? You led with your heart when really you should have used your logic and listened to other people and not married that woman who told you that she was never going to cut off her male best friend because they've got something special. And then she ended up cheating on you with that guy. Most men will sit there and go, I was an idiot. You're right. Most women, rather, will argue back and forth and not take accountability. That's the difference. That's where the division happens. Is if you tell a woman, well, you picked that guy. She'll turn that around and say, no, I'm the victim in the situation. And that's just the difference that I've noticed. Let's check out this next comment. It reads, so I'm glad I don't deal with men like him. I will not date or be friends with a man that has his mindset. Yeah, the mindset of accountability. You see, when you are aware to the truth, you know to avoid women like that. Because what the male host, I believe his name is Rico, but I'm not sure. What he basically said in that podcast is women don't know what they want majority of the time. And what I'm adding to this in rebuttal to what the woman asked him is men don't know what they're getting themselves into majority of the time, even though they know what they're looking for. Let's check out this next comment. It reads, it seems like he's always trying to take typical behavior of males and reverse it on women. Another man responded to her and asked, did you even listen? Obviously not. Listen, guys, as always, thought this was a really important convo. Thought it was interesting. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod, man. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.